It is such a joy to fly on my own in between the clouds, and I cherish every rare opportunity to do so. Flying a solo patrol is not without danger, of course. I must be careful to keep clear of enemy fighters, since even a single Newport could easily bring me down. But the ability to choose my own path, and the passing by of the towering clouds, like walls of a canyon, give me such a strong feeling of freedom and speed that it is intoxicating. In between the clouds, I enter a divine world where, just for a while, I'm allowed to remember why I love flying, without thinking of humanity's greatest tragedy taking place below me. I was abruptly made to take part in it as I suddenly spotted two French bombers crossing the lines. The joy I had felt moments before was replaced by concern and grim determination. I had to prevent the Caudrons from completing their mission, and so I immediately headed in their direction. Unfortunately, I was spotted and fired at by French anti-aircraft guns. This gave my presence away before I had the chance to sneak up on the enemy aircraft. They turned back towards their own lines and attempted to escape. Unfortunately for one of them, I was already close enough and high enough to dive after them. Once again, the Caudron impresses me with its ruggedness. Despite multiple attacks and more than 100 rounds fired into the aircraft, it remained airborne, although evidently damaged. I did not want to pursue into enemy territory, as I didn't want to risk an encounter with a French frontline patrol, and so the Caudrons were able to fly away. Still, knowing that I had prevented them from carrying out their mission filled me with immense satisfaction, and I continued my solo patrol in very good spirits. I should do this more often. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Wings Over Flanders Fields campaign, where we are flying the VKB for Kampfeinsitzer-Kommando Sivry as the German pilot Felix von Berg. Today is the 14th of May 1916. We are going to fly a mission in the afternoon, and we are looking at a sky filled with a few scattered clouds, so I expect pretty good flying weather. It looks like today the whole squadron, all 8 pilots, might be going up together on this mission. But you never know if that is really going to be the case until you hit the briefing button. You might remember that in the previous episode I also thought that the whole squadron would be going up together, and then I got handed a solo mission. So yeah, you never really know. But let's go and find out. We are going to the briefing. What kind of mission are we gonna be sent on today? Meine Herren, our mission is patrol friendly front lines. Be on the lookout for enemy aircraft. Our destination is the friendly front sector of the German 5th Army, 8 miles away. They recommend that we fly at an altitude of 3 kilometers. We will patrol the area for at least 22 minutes, and our patrol distance along the front is 4 miles. Cat 1 will assist by flying top cover. Let's zoom in. So yeah, here is the plan. We are taking off from Sivry, flying upriver. We'll climb to 2.5 kilometers. Then we'll fly back to Sivry and climb a little bit more. And then we'll fly to the front line and patrol this little stretch of front line here, which with 2 flights that should give us a really good density in this area. That is good. And once we finish this patrol, we are gonna return to Sivry. So that's the plan. Just checking fuel and everything. Okay, let's take a quick look at the weather report. Scattered or few clouds, wind 2 knots, light air, north-northeast. So basically almost no wind at all. Let's go. So here we are, and there's the command to turn on the engines. There goes Althaus, he will be leading our flight today. And it does look like we are gonna have some really nice weather indeed. There's Bölke next to me. Very nice. Okay, we are racing down the field and already airborne. Man, I love this. Yeah, just by looking around I can tell that indeed just a few scattered clouds. Some bigger cloud formations in the distance, but overall it looks like we'll have a very pleasant flight today as far as clouds and the weather are concerned. Really nice, and we will be at an altitude of 3 kilometers, so we will be quite high up, and I think that will be enough to climb above these clouds. Really nice. This is gonna be a very nice flight. So I think I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit for you, and you'll join me once again when we reach the front line to commence our patrol. Unless, of course, we encounter something along the way. Welcome back. We have reached the front line and we are now turning towards the east. So far, no contacts. Kette 1, they turned a little bit sooner than we did. They are to our left here in 2 pairs. So we are all in this area here. And considering our high altitude that we are flying at today, I would say that we are looking for enemy reconnaissance aircraft. And that, I think, is our main target. Well, we'll see if we find any. Let's skip ahead until we encounter something other than sporadic anti-aircraft fire. Welcome back. We have now completed the patrol along the front line. We are now turning towards Sivry, which is over there, and we are descending. Kette 1 is to our left here. I imagine that they are descending now as well. And yeah, no enemy aircraft encountered. It has been a completely calm flight. The occasional anti-aircraft burst here and there, but nothing that is in any that is worrisome in any way. So looks like a calm day. We are returning home. Sivry, pretty much over there where I'm looking at right now. We should be there in, oh, maybe 10 minutes. We should be on the ground. So I'll fly a little bit longer and we'll resume this episode here if we should encounter anything along the way. Welcome back. We are diving aggressively towards a formation of 3 planes. I don't know what those 3 planes are, but they must be French, considering how Althaus is pouncing down on them. Well, the 3 French aircraft are biplanes. They seem to be holding formation. Let's take a swing at them. Considering that they are biplanes, I expect reconnaissance aircraft. I mean, considering that they are holding their formation like this, I expect reconnaissance aircraft. No, they are starting to maneuver. Okay, one is being shot. I'm switching to a different one. Gun jam. I think I know what these are. These are Newport 12. Whoa. Okay. I have been shot at a little bit. Can't have that. I am losing fuel, I believe. Now we are over friendly territory and my engine's gone. There's a convenient road. We are gonna take that. I'm out of fuel. I'm out of fuel. The others will have to finish this fight without me. Those rear gunners on the Newport 12 certainly seem to be a lot better positioned than those on the Quadron. I will have to pay attention to this in the future. Now, we need to get the aircraft down in one piece. There's a bend in the road coming up. I'll try to take that. But I don't think I'll be able to get over this hill, so I have to sit down in front of the crest. Oh, the road is not level. But here we are. It's looking good, digging the skid down. And we are careening off the road a little bit, counter rudder. It's good. I feel like I've been on this road before. Up there. Yeah, there's a Newport 12. Here's what we'll do. Oh yeah, that's a Newport 12, alright. And he's in trouble. He's getting shot at. But there we can see here that on the Newport 12, the observer is sitting in the rear and has a very good field of fire. And I did not pay enough attention to that. It looks like he's under attack. I don't think he'll make it home. Actually, he's getting hit. I think the gunner, yeah, he was reloading, and there goes part of the wing. The wing is disintegrating. So that's gonna be a quick goodbye for him. I just hope he doesn't take one of my guys with him. Is he going into a spin? That left wing is not looking good. And those lower wings on the Newports are notoriously fragile. So once that thing starts to break, I imagine that the aircraft won't stay airborne for too long. Yeah, I think he's losing lift on that side. He can't. Yeah, more damage. I don't think he's making it home. I do not think so. Well, Wings Over Flanders Fields, it actually has a pretty nice damage modeling. However, the visual representation of that damage modeling is not as good, and that is, well, it's just due to the age of the game engine that this is running on. We can see now that if you look at his aileron on the right side, you can see that he's giving it full right aileron input. He's trying to roll the aircraft to the right, but the situation, yeah, it's just gonna get worse. And that's a goodbye. Newport down. Now, unfortunately, this is not a Newport that I'm going to be able to claim for myself. I did not do enough damage. Oh. What happened to me? I think I slid down the hill a little bit. That's not too bad. Okay, you know what? Looks like the show in the air has stopped. So we are gonna go to the debrief. Let's see what exactly happened here. Am I wounded? That's the really important question. My glasses were shattered a little bit. Is that just from splinters or was I actually hit? Let's see, I fired 40 rounds, 11 of those hit something, so 28% accuracy, fairly okay. Total flying time 54 minutes. You were forced to land your machine, fortunately within friendly lines, that's important. Your aircraft was moderately damaged and it is estimated that it will take 1 day to repair. That's fairly quick. Work will commence immediately on this machine. You are pretty shaken up by your experience, I bet. Our airfield has sustained damage, yada yada. Let's see. Details. Winand Grafe actually was forced down. He of course survived, but his aircraft didn't. And everybody's aircraft was damaged from my flight. I'm shook up, forced to land. And looks like 2 enemy Nieuports went down. Freier von Althaus and Lurz are both claiming 1. Really nice that the enemy at least suffered 2 losses himself. That's good. Let's hit done. And let's see if there are any news to read. Neuer Tag. Another day dawns on the Western Front. It is now the 17th of May 1916. The war seems to go on forever, but there is no time to waste. A repaired machine is ready for use. It is in the reserve pool, so that's my plane. I think we skipped a day? No, we... not sure. That must be my machine. So it's already repaired. Ah, there is indeed something new. Let's make sure... yeah. 17th of May. Airborne launch from flying boat. An experiment has been conducted at Harwich, in which a Port Baby flying boat, piloted by John Cyril Porter, not sure, but I guess it's no coincidence that the flying boat is named, or has the same name as he does. He's probably the inventor of that thing or something like that. In which a Porter Baby flying boat, piloted by John Cyril Porter, or Port, not sure, let me know, took off with a Bristol Scout attached as a parasite to its wing. Oh, that's interesting. The Scout, with Flight Sub-Lieutenant Day at the controls, detached successfully at a height of 300 meters, 1000 feet. So they attached a single-seater to the wing of a flying boat. I guess they must have attached it to the top of the flying boat, to the top wing. Like, for example, the Lewis gun would be mounted on one of these Nieuport single-seaters that we are encountering frequently. That's interesting. I wonder what the idea here was. Why did they try to do this? I could imagine that maybe they wanted to make use of the longer range of the flying boat to get a Scout to somewhere where it couldn't go by itself because of its limited range. But then, if you do that, how are you going to recover the single-seater? That's... let me know. I mean, I might look it up for myself, but let me know in the comments anyway. What was this about? Let's hit done. And... well, on the 17th, the weather is changing. Heavy cloud cover. And yes, my machine has indeed been repaired. So that's good. And most importantly, I am not wounded. So the crack in my glasses, it was just from a splinter as the enemy's bullets tore, well, through my engine apparently, or through my fuel tank. Let's review the mission. All air units, let's hit go. We are taking off. I'll zoom in a little bit. We are all taking off. Newport 12, Escadrille 23A, taking off from Vadelancourt. I wonder if we encountered those guys. We are flying to our circle up waypoint. Newborn 11 are taking off from Lem. Kek Martincourt is taking off. We are circling. And Albatros is dropping bombs somewhere. It is quite far away from me. Aviatics are taking off somewhere. And Fokker E3 is attacking a hangar. I want to know what's going on. Where is this happening? At Verdun? Kekyametz is attacking the airfields near Verdun? Are they crazy? I mean, that's brave. Yeah, looks like they strafed the airfield here. Nice. Albatros is dropping bombs over here near Saint Michel. So... wow. I mean, I'm sure glad that we didn't get sent on a mission like this yet. I really wouldn't want to be sent on a strafe the enemy airfield mission, especially not the airfields near Verdun here, where the anti-aircraft fire is so thick you can basically walk on it. Jeez. Are we so desperate? Well, they probably hope to catch a few Newports on the ground or something like that. Fokker E3 takes hits from a French machine gun carriage. Newports taking hits from German entrenched troops just here on the front line. Okay, so Newports, I think they're flying into our territory. And taking some hits from entrenched troops along the way. They're flying low. We, meanwhile, are flying back towards Sivry. Still climbing. And yeah, those Kek Yametz is just going to town on that airfield. Strafing the hangars and everything. They do take a few hits in return though, which is not surprising. I mean, you're low above an enemy airfield. That's just horrible. Albatros are still bombing over here. Newports here on the front line are taking lots of hits. Yeah, Albatros, they are just messing things up. A French observation balloon is taking hits from Kek Yametz. But this is the other flight? Wait, let me center on this. Where is this happening? All the way over here. In the south. Kek Yametz was busy today. So, Kette 1 went after the airfields, Kette 2 went after the balloon down there. Incredible. Yeah, they're doing their best to shred that balloon. And they destroyed. Newports are taking... They're still here flying on the front line. I wonder what they are doing. And the Newport is brought down by the ground fire. Another one is taking lots of hits. Meanwhile, we are circling back. Yeah, they're flying quite low. And another Newport goes down. Do never in this game underestimate the ground troops on the front line. These guys, they will shoot you to bits. They're really dangerous. Flying low above the front lines is not advised. Okay, one Fokker E3 from Kek Yametz goes down next to Verdun. Brought down by French machine gun carriage. Another Newport is taking hits here. What were they doing? Albatros is dropping bombs. A Newport is taking plenty of hits. My guess is these Newports were strafing ground troops here. Or trucks or something like that. They just didn't hit anything and got hit plenty in return. Another member of Kekiamets is brought down on his way back home. Crashing here near Nantillois. And yeah, we have reached the front line, we are commencing our patrol. And Newport is receiving blast damage. Oh, next to Sivry, I think. German observation balloon takes hits from Newport 11. Okay, they are going after our observation balloon here on the river. And they brought it down. And Newport 11 is landing at Verdun. We are still flying our frontline patrol. A French observation balloon is taking hits from Jasta 7. Oh, where were they? They were up at Mancourt, I think. So over here, in the direction of Rancourt. And the balloon is brought down. A Caudron is receiving blast damage from a German anti-aircraft gun. I didn't spot where, I think here, near Verry or Verve, not sure. Another Newport is brought down after it attacked the balloon. Destroyed by a German anti-aircraft gun, so that thing was probably blasted to bits. And yeah, I think we are now flying home towards Sivry, so I think we are about to encounter that. Yeah, we are sure about to encounter those Newports. Newport 12 takes hits from a Fokker E4, so Althaus is on him and shooting at him. Now my rounds hit the Newport. 8529. I take hits from a different Newport. So I wasn't actually hit by the one that I attacked, I was hit by one of his companions off to the side. And I take plenty of hits. Althaus takes hits. And he takes one of them down. My rounds are hitting a Newport. But I'm now taking hits. And I'm low on fuel, because I have a fuel leak. Another one of our flight is taking hits. A Newport is taking hits in return. Fokker E3 is taking hits. Newport is taking hits, so it's just a general melee exchange of gunfire. Newport takes hits. Yeah, it's a lot of shooting in this area now. Newport 12 takes hits. Fokker takes hits. Fokker takes hits. Newport takes hits. Yeah, it's just back and forth. A Fokker E3 collides with a tree or building. So, who did I say went down? Apart from myself? Oh, I forgot. Somebody else was forced down. That was this here. Yeah, brought down next to Sivry. So he probably tried to make it back to the airfield and crash landed. So I don't think he was brought down directly by enemy fire. It's just that he crash landed there. Newport 12 destroyed. Yes, yes. And I collide with a tree or building because my Fokker, I think, keeps sliding down the hill. Or rolling down the hill. I was forced down by damage from the Newport 12. Newport 12 takes hits from German entrenched troops right here, as it is trying to escape back to its own lines. And there we go. That's it. Whoa. That's something. What a mission. What a mission. We survived, that's the important part. We did not get injured. although it was a very close thing, but we survived. You know what we could do? We could go ahead and take a closer look at the new Botworth, although you have seen it. I have switched the camera to the new Botworth, so you know how it looks like. So now we are not going to do that this time, maybe another time. So for now, I want to thank you very much for watching today's episode. I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and that you are as relieved as I am that Felix survived another close brush with death. I couldn't have picked a better name for this guy. I really couldn't have picked a better name. Felix, the lucky one. For those of you who don't know Latin. Alright, I'm a little bit exhausted. Thank you very much once again. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really great days, and goodbye.